partners once again. A little business between friends, and always just a step ahead of the law. Always just a step ahead of the law.
Look at a property with Francisco where we're supposed to build a greenhouse, he says, right? So we start off the trip, he wants to stop at the dollar store. I'm like, okay, stop at the dollar store. They've got this like plastic rope, and it's all these different colors. And he buys all of these, every one of them. And then we stop at the local Pearson's hardware store and grab a bunch of greenhouse plastics, just the rolls, big paint rolls. At that time they didn't have the ones that are specifically for greenhouses. They just had the painting ones. And so they're a little bit more opaque than the clear, the better ones that they have now. So we get a couple of those rolls and we ride out to the property, which is in Mad River, past Burger Bar out there. And it's called Windhorse Ranch. We go up to look at it, and it's really nice. It's got water. It's on a mountainside, but the water is South Fork Mountain spring water. You could drink it straight out of straight off the hose. The forest there, you could see that there was like a gorilla grow at one time, because there's just like holes in the ground that were probably a couple years old. And so people had been growing there, but it was sort of more of like a shade grow. There wasn't any real nice openings. And so we had to make a nice opening. And that's where the plastic roll of greenhouse material and the ropes come in. So we get there, and Francisco and his uncle get to work immediately. They start chopping down these little trees and putting them to the side. There's trees that make straight posts, and then there's trees that make Y joints. And each one of these things is going to link together to build a hoop house right there in the middle of the forest with just the materials that you have, using rudimentary, tools and straight twine or plastic twine to tie it all together. And these guys they'd done this before, obviously, because they were able to just whip it out. They were basically like, just telling me to just do what they're doing. Just set these things in these two different spots in the beginning. We'll tell you what to do after that. So I do it. We chop down all these trees. We cut down all the branches off of them so they're just straight poles. And then we have a post hole digger, and we start digging holes, for all the posts and setting them all up and building a hoop. In one day, we built 2 hoops. I mean, these guys were incredible, the amount of work that they get done in a day. And not only that, but I'm a pretty big guy, and I can lift heavy. These little guys were able to lift just as much soil as me, if not more. And in fact, I was starting off with 1 bag of soil. We had to just walk the soil up. There was no deliveries or any of that. You're walking it all up by yourself, packing it all in. And so those guys, because I'm the gringo, and they've got their macho thing going on. They're fucking stacking 2 bags. So then I'm stacking 2 bags, and then every once in a while I'm trying to stack 3 bags just because, like, because it's like we're always trying to one up each other, and so it was just it was a thing. But the truth is, like, those guys could outwork me, and when it comes to finding water up there, like they were able to find the water, build the spring box. They'd have a backup spring box, and we just almost never had any water issues. They just chase it up the mountain. And Francisco told me that when he was a kid, his father showed him how to find the water. And so he could always find water no matter where it was. He put these greenhouses together in a day, and they were fully up. They had they were like an A-frame greenhouse, not an A-frame. They had a peak on them, like built like a house, and we planted right in the ground. Just we dug holes, added soil, and then planted into them. We didn't have a lot of weed, but at that time, you didn't have to have a lot of weed to make good money. So we did pretty damn good, actually. We probably grew like 50 pounds, which was like at that time. Yeah, that was it. 50 pounds, which seemed like a lot. It wasn't like it is now, where you have to grow 1,000 pounds or more to seem like you're gonna make any money. You could make $100,000 off of 50 pounds back then.